Alright, here we go. Obligatory driving in the car to the race video clip. What's going on, everybody? This is Brendan back again. Another race at Calspeed today. This is round 5 of the 2022 season. We are racing at the Technico layout, which I've never raced at before. But round 4, which was Classico counterclockwise, it's basically the same first and third sector as that layout, just a different middle layout. And that middle layout is totally new to me. And as the name suggests, it does seem like quite a technical, challenging section. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm doing the clinic today, so I will get some practice before qualifying. So we'll see how comfortable I can get with the layout and how far off the pace I am. But overall, should be a fun day, even if I'm slow. Should be some good racing. And yeah, so let's go to it.
Alright, so here we are right off the bat, getting into the heat race right away. I had a pretty good qualifying, but kind of got held up in a lot of traffic. Basically just getting caught behind so many super slow drivers. Still managed to do the 11th fastest time in my qualifying, but that still only put me in P22 for this heat race. So I got a really good start there, as you could see from the beginning. Got past a few drivers just from kicking the tire and just getting a good reaction time in the beginning. And then, as you can see on the hairpin, I just got past, like, I think it was like 3 more drivers, so I think I'm up already like 5 positions. This is with that hairpin, and then this corner here, which is Technico. Those are the 2 biggest parts of this track that are different from Classico counterclockwise. It's basically the hairpin and then the long right-hand sweeper, and then you kind of go up the hill a little bit into the kind of right-left kind of S turn of Technico. So yeah, that is the first lap, and it was pretty good. I think I got up like 7 places in that first lap, and here we're gonna steal another position. And then, yeah, this kart was just a really, really good kart for me. I had a lot of great traction, and as you can see, I got up another position there. So, feeling really, really confident in this kart, really, really confident on the brakes. As you can see, I went a little bit wide on the hairpin there. The hairpin and the Technico turn were definitely the things I struggled with the most during this whole day. But I was able to handle them pretty well in the heat race. And you'll see I struggled actually a little bit more in the main race, but we'll get into that. So right now we're just behind 27 here. He taps his head to just say, just follow me through, let's catch up to the pack in front. And I was going to continue following him, but I just had a really good run up here into this final turn and was just able to steal that position from him. So yeah, I just had to kind of get that overtake done and not try to lose too much time behind him. But now we do have this big gap to this driver up front, and I think at this point, I think that was my last overtake of the heat race. And at this point, I think I'm up 10 positions from where I started in P22, so I'm in 12th place right now. So most of that was just getting past drivers who, you know, just got caught up slow, either because of that big hairpin issue where a lot of people got caught up in that mess, and then just capitalizing on a bunch of other people making mistakes and getting through, and just having some consistent lap times. So, so yeah, as you can see, running a little bit wide there, but that was fine. And yeah, the rest of this race, we're just going to be sticking behind this kart and not really gaining any space on him, but also not really losing any space. We had basically identical lap times for the last like 5 laps or so, I think it was, of this heat race. So yeah, not much is going to happen. We're going to skip ahead here, I believe. So this is the final lap, just to show me crossing the line. Basically the same exact distance away from this driver ahead. And we're going to finish this heat race in P12. So that was, you know, gaining 10 positions. It was the most positions gained. And it allowed me to place P9, or no, P8, excuse me, in the BMain. So here we are kicking off the BMain. I've never qualified in the BMain at all before. My previous best was qualifying P8 in the C-main. So now I'm P8 in the B-main. I've literally jumped 30 positions or whatever just by having a really, really great heat race and actually starting to set some really fast lap times. So I had a really good start there. I was able to get past 2 drivers in the start, and now we're just going to try to keep charging and keep overtaking as many cars as possible. I tend to always have really great opening laps, getting through kind of the flurry of just people getting mixed up and tied up together and just trying to find an efficient way to get through the pack. And I've found myself in P5 right now. So actually I've gained more than 2 positions. I started in P8, so I've gained 3 positions now, and I'm in P5. This is the highest placing I've ever been in. I can literally, see the drivers in first and second place. There's a big gap here, so we're going to skip ahead a couple laps here because not much changed. The gaps kind of still stayed the same. But yeah, I'm just kind of like didn't expect to be doing this well in this position. So I'm just trying to close up the gap to the drivers in third and fourth place right now. Not really having too much luck with that. Pushing a little bit harder than I should be pushing into this hairpin, washing out a little bit, and that allows driver 47 here to sneak by me. I'll credit to him. He had a really great run through the inside, just hitting the apex perfectly there. And you can see the driver behind me almost made it through as well, but I was able to hold him off. So now I'm in 6th place, which is still a plus net 2 positions. So I'm still doing okay here, not really concerned that 47 got past me. Just trying to put in some clean lap times. And this kart was definitely a little bit more difficult to handle than the kart I had in the heat race. I wasn't as confident in it. It seemed to be oversteering a lot in corner exits, especially on the 2 corners that were giving me a lot of issues, which were the hairpin and Technico. So here, Technico is coming up, and this is my first big mistake of the race. I go way wide out here and almost hit the tire, and yeah, immediately 2 people get past me, and then a third gets past me, and I'm going to try to just nip up the inside of 56 here, the driver in the purple helmet, and just do a little bit of damage mitigation there to only lose 2 positions instead of 3 from that mistake. But yeah, that was basically indicative of this whole race for me. Really, really struggling with washing out wide in the hairpin and in Technico. Just really not able to get grips on that front tire, or the front tires. So I think what it was, looking back on it, and it's kind of frustrating that I wasn't able to analyze this in the moment. I think that will come with experience and just driving more and more seat time, that I'll hopefully be able to analyze myself a little bit more in the race and be able to adjust my driving. So I wasn't really fixing the problem throughout this whole race. But looking back, I can definitely see that I was just going into these turns a little bit too hot. Through the clinic, we were told that if you get the line right, that the Technico right there is flat out. And so I was able to take it flat out in the heat race, but this kart was just not having any of that, and so it kept washing out wide. Here are 2 examples of me actually doing that corner properly, but I am going to make another mistake in the next lap, or I think we're going to skip ahead in a second here. Driver in the purple helmet almost gets by me here. I'm able to hold him off a little bit. He tries the switchback, but he's not quite able to make that work. So for now, I'm able to hang on to this position. Now we're going to jump ahead a little bit, and here is my second big mistake through the Technico corner here. So again, just washing out wide, taking that turn a bit too hot, and trying to take it flat out, when in reality, if I had just coasted through that corner or just done a touch of brakes, I wouldn't really have lost that much time, and I would have been able to hold off those 2 drivers who just got past me. So we were in P7 at that point, and now we're in P9, so we're a net -1. We started in P8, now we're in P9. So, and this was the second to last lap, so that was kind of a bummer. There's 1 lap left, and these guys have pulled, a solid second gap to me right here. So two big mistakes in this race and lost a lot of positions, but luckily, since I tend to have good opening laps, you know, it kind of balanced out, and I wound up finishing this race in P9. So qualifying P8, finishing P9 in the BMain is by far my best result yet, and despite making some mistakes, I'm really glad to have this footage to be able to analyze it back, and hopefully some of you guys found that interesting, the analysis and you know, what I've learned. And yeah, it just makes me excited to come back even stronger next time and try to learn to almost take it slower through the corners, a little slower through the entry to have better exits. That's kind of what I'm learning, what my takeaway was from this race, but still my best performance yet. So yeah, we are always learning, always improving, and we're going to come back even better next time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.